All right, what's up, everybody? It's been a minute. I say we've been slacking. I'm gonna blame it on Alex, so it's all his fault. The man behind the camera, you know. Nobody wants to blame it on me. So I figured what we'd do today, give you a little shop tour, update of all the projects. We'll go around, look at what we're working on right now. Hopefully we can get back kind of in the zone of posting some of these videos. We got a few almost in the can over there we can get up, but in the showroom right here, nice little hangout spot whenever we need a break. Got all the finished cars up here, but come on out, let's go check out what we're doing. All right, so we've had a few pressing deadlines, the reason why we haven't been really putting anything up, but we've got the Superbird right here, which is pretty much finished. We've got some test driving left to do on that. It'll be good to go. OBS project over here, we're actually starting to make a little bit of progress because our Pro Charger showed up. So we were having some issues with the Pro Charger setup that they sent us, and the roaster shop chassis was actually getting into the control arm over here. So we tried a couple of different brackets. We couldn't really get what we needed. So we did a reverse mount Pro Charger in black. So now that we've got that in there, we've got a couple little things to figure out. Our AC pump. So we're gonna see if we can reconfigure some of this front accessory drive. Once we do that, we can start engine paneling some of this in here. Once we get that far, we can actually blow this thing apart, start stripping the paint off of it, get it down to metal, start having fun, and get some paint on it soon, we hope. We got some 3D printed parts that we've got to come up with, design, and do. But anyway, we're actually getting a step ahead now because we've got the Pro Charger mounted. You can see these two guys, they're not doing anything. All right, moving on to the 54 Sunbeam that we've been working on. So a little bit of an afterthought on this one. We bodied, we painted it. More of an original build was what the owner was going for. What we started to figure out was we couldn't really get parts to rebuild the drivetrain that was in the car. He's got some resources he reached out to overseas. Nobody could really help us get what we needed. Engine builder couldn't find what we needed, so let's do something different. So what we've got in here right now that we're starting to fit up, which this is the reason we haven't finished out any of the firewall stuff in here. We've got an Ecotech that's going in it. This is a more modern 4-cylinder engine. Would have come in like a Cobalt or a Pontiac Solstice or some of those GM era cars. We're running an automatic in this one, so we've got the firewall all clearance right now. We reconfigured the rear water port to get up to the radiator. Standalone harnesses ordered. That's what's pretty neat about this one, was kind of like an LS engine. You can find parts for it. You can get standalone harnesses, so it seems to be pretty cool. Actually put one of these in our Datsun project at home. In here, Bob has started on some of the floor pieces. We've got to start tunneling over this big automatic trans and having to be super careful because obviously we've already got a finished body. But I think once we get all this drivetrain in there, we're gonna have 250 plus horsepower. Should be plenty in here. Should be comfortable to drive. So pretty neat project. Car you don't really see every day. So hopefully we can hop over on this one soon and show you a little fabrication on it. All right, so we've got our 79 CJ Jeep project right here. We actually just took this down to Tampa on Car Fix. Another reason I'm not posting videos, it's a busy schedule. We took this one down there and we showed how to do some upholstery. So me and Fuller showed how to basically bind and install carpet. As you can see in here, we've got this front section already done. This is all Apex stuff. So we got a couple of these pieces that are already wrapped. We built them out of aluminum. This is one we built on the show. The guys, what's what Bob and Carter over there working on right now, are foaming our aluminum pieces. You can kind of get an idea right here what that's gonna look like. The Apex carpet and leather, man, they look so great together. So we're gonna try to get this buttoned up. We're waiting on a little bit more carpet. We should be good to go. But this thing is LS powered, obviously lifted. Come here, check this out. How are we gonna get in it, you ask? Huh? Right there. Not too shabby. So this is the kick panel. Got it in bare aluminum. Basically what we're doing here is buzzing it all down with 180. Make sure that that glue sticks to it and adheres. But this is a foam. Super hard stuff. You can router this, obviously shape it, so we blocked this down. We needed a little more room because if we just tried to put our speaker into the kick panel, we're hitting the side of the Jeep. So this basically gets it out for us. You can see how that works. So we'll foam this, we'll wrap it. Should look super clean in the leather. Got a couple of boots we're gonna cut apart and make new boots for it. But yeah, it's been a fun project. All right, moving on to the Fox Body Mustang. This is a pretty cool build. This one's on air ride, lays pretty much on the ground. All engine paneled in here because these Fox bodies, they've got a million holes in the firewall and engine panel. So we kind of offset two colors here. We've got the gray that would have been like the factory side trim and headlights you see right there, but we did a gloss. And then the car was originally black, and what we did was added a little blue pearl to it. And if you really dive in here on it, you can just see how much pop we've got right there. So this thing looks so wicked out in the sun. Then what we're moving on to now is the interior. So we're laying in a padding right now. We're gonna do a carpet very similar to what the Jeep is. We're just waiting on materials to get here. So we're gonna do an Apex square weave carpet with a leather binding around it. Also, what I've been working on is fitting the rear seats into the car because this thing is tubbed. It's got 335s on the back. Those tubs really get into the rear seat, and the owner wanted to try to keep it looking as original as it could. So I built some brackets in the back. We kind of relocated some stuff. We cut away some foam. We shaped it up. And the seats will actually still even lay down a little bit. So if he needs to mount some stuff on the back, this one's gonna leave here, go to Joey over at Outlaw Garage, our buddy that helped us with the Maverick, and he's gonna do the audio in it. So they're gonna build a floor in the back that's gonna butt up to the rear seats. Pretty cool sound system in it. This thing is getting a stroker engine, twin torque storm supercharger. Should make a ton of power. It'll be at SEMA in 23, so definitely check that one out if you go to SEMA. But man, this thing is just makes me want a Fox body. All right, we've got 20 projects here we could show you. A lot of cool stuff going on in the back too, but figured we'd just finish up with this one. So we've got a 68 Camaro that we've been working on. This is now test fitted onto our Roadster Shop chassis, which is badass. You can see we've cut and tucked the bumpers way into the body. We've reshaped the quarter right there around the bumper. We've done the same on the front bumper, which is really cool. We're gonna flush the glass in this one, so this is just in its first rough stage of primer. We're waiting on drivetrain to get here. We've got a Pro Charger for it. So once we get all our drivetrain here and mock it up in there, we can engine panel everything and fabricate all of our metal. Once we do that, we can actually start focusing on getting the body blocked good and straight and ready for paint. But you can see in the fenders, we've done some cutouts there, built some little scoops. To me, the front bumper looks wicked tucked in there like that. These aren't the wheels we're running, they're just rollers, but we've got it tubbed, so we should be able to run some big, fat, meaty tires, you know what I mean? And we're gonna try to get roughly 1,000 horsepower out of this car. So this one's gonna be really kick-ass. We have filmed some stuff on it, you just haven't seen it yet. So hopefully soon we'll show you some more on this one, but just a little teaser for you since we haven't seen you in a minute. We'll try to get some stuff shot. Alex will, it's all his fault if you don't see any videos. But we'll see you next time.